Hi guys, so I just got back from the Dollar Tree, picking up a few little things. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I made the shorts video for that, but either way, I just picked up some supplies. I actually do have an affiliate relationship with the Dollar Tree, but I don't know that anybody uses it. It goes to their site, of course, and that would mean that would make a small commission if you're purchase items, those links. Generally with those, you have to buy like things in 12s and 24s and 8s or whatever it is, so I'll link the items if I can, but my plan for today is to make a little holder for this, like a treat topper, basically. So these are reclosable bags. They're 4" by 3". Funny enough, I was going to measure them, but it says right there 4 by 3. And so I'm going to make like a cute little topper to go with these on the Cricut. I'll probably design it in the Cricut Joy, which is the smaller machine, which means I'm not going to have a score line. But if you guys want to put a score line in, you can definitely do that if you take the free file, because I'll have the free file in the description box for you guys, and along with the affiliate links for some of these items. And then you can manipulate the design, right, if you want to add a score line. Someone had let me know here that if you use... Oh, yeah, I guess not about the score line, because this... Okay, let's back it up. Yes, I know if you have, like, the foil tool with a foiling set with the Cricut Joy, you can definitely use that for the score line. What would happen before is that if I would send it saying I have a score line to do, it would not let me do it. Now, I don't know. It would say, like, you can't use this on the Joy, this file. So I don't know, but someone said that they use that. So great. If you have that tool, I know it's like $30 or $40, cool. I'm not going to design it that you have to go and buy this thing. It's easy enough to just score it by hand when, it's cut out. Again, if you have a different machine, you can add the score line. And then someone told me that you can change a score line to a cut line for free, because I know with Cricut Access, you can add cut lines wherever you want, just like a line that's going to cut, which is very useful. So for a lot of my videos, I just don't use that. But someone said you can do the score line and then later change the score line to cut. Just like whenever you have something else, like you hide the contour, or maybe a writing font that you want to cut or whatever, or cutting font that you want to write, you change the type of cut or whatever it is. So that's interesting. So that's something to think about. So add the score line and then change the score line to a cut line instead of bringing in the cut line that you have to pay for. So anyway, and I forget to mention these things, and so here we are. But this guy is supposedly 3 by 4, so I'm going to design around that, but this is what I wanted to see. It's actually almost 5 inches, like 4 3/4, because of this top part. They're not counting that, I guess, in like what it can store, right? And of course the 3 inches is not going to change. So 3 by a little bit longer, but really I want to cover this top part maybe a little further in. I don't know. We'll see. I think you can get a couple fun-sized candies in here, probably 3 if you layer them this way. Maybe something that's a little bit longer. If it's loose candy, if it's like for family or something, I wouldn't give out loose candy for Halloween, but like some M&Ms or, Skittles or those kinds of things. It'd be very cute. Or if you make freeze-dried candy, if you're fancy enough to have that freeze-dry machine, how fun is that to make some little bags and then have a cute topper? So we're going to design a topper today. I just want to show you these other items that I did pick up at the dollar store. Again, I'm always showing these kinds of things. I mean, this is obviously for $1, $25, $50, whatever it is that they're charging now. Honestly, I didn't even look at the receipt. Better deal than what they sell at Daiso, because at Daiso you get like 5 or 8 lobster clasps for the $2.25 or $2.50, whatever they're charging now. Also, some crazy number. It used to always be $1.50. And this has crimp beads in it, which is awesome. When I make those cute little hair clips with the long kind of beads hanging off them, that video has quite a few. I guess I have a couple videos on that. Quite a few views. People love it. So I think that's really awesome, because you're going to need those. Obviously, you don't have a crimp tool, but anything that squishes will be fine. You generally want to have a crimp tool, but I like that because, that's a good amount of crimp beads. And then they have, your jump rings and some chain. I think that's pretty good. I only grabbed one of each, but they do have it in silver and gold. And it's probably going to rust and, not be great, but these kind of tools are good to have. I appreciate having those. Literally just for the crimp beads, that's fine, They did finally have glue for me, so I did pick up some glue to use my glue gun. I grabbed more of these because I love these things. I just, use them for all kinds of things. Even for like today's topper, I was like, oh, should I Velcro it? No, I'm just going to staple them on. So we're going to design something that's going to need to be stapled on or glued, but Staple's gonna be fine. So I just grabbed some of those, and then I grabbed some of these dots, adhesive dots. I don't think I've tried them before. They're really big, I will say. So you can definitely cut them down. Don't take the carrier off and leave the plastic on top if you're gonna cut them. That way you don't get goo all over because they'll just stick to your scissors. But let's go to my computer. And we're gonna keep in mind that this is 3 inches wide, and then maybe we want it to be like 1.5 inches deep. And then if we have like a handle, maybe we're gonna have to design all that from scratch. So, and then from free shapes, because I like for you guys to be able to have it for free. So 1.5 inches deep here, and then a handle, right? That's what we're thinking. Okay, let's go. Okay, guys. So I just opened up and it says this. I'm never gonna sign up for the Cricut access, so I just click off of that. And we want to start something new. Interesting, right now it's defaulted to the Cricut Joy, but if you click on that, see, it just went right to that. And then I already had a project going earlier and it just didn't work out for me, so I'm not going to share that until I work out some kinks, so we will see. But I guess we'll just, click on new project. This is so weird to me, the way they updated that, but you can always change things. So my new thing, I just want to do blank canvas. And it opens up like this because I was working on something previously. Oh, this is cute. I'm sure these things are they free? What is this? A little bookmark? That's cute. It looks free, right? Because otherwise it would have a price. That is really fun. It looks like a bunch of bookmarks. Well, look at that. Adorable. Okay, at least that's what I think they are. Which is actually kind of nice, but then sometimes they take these things back and then they don't actually make them so that they're free anymore. So I don't know if we're going to do that. But let's start. I was thinking I need to make the handle first. Let's see. Let me think. Also, do we want the handle just to be like round? I mean, this shape right here is very good for that. I was just going to make it squared off, but you know what? Let's do this. It'll make it easier. And then I'm going to turn this to the side. I think 90 degrees. All right, sounds good. And then I'm going to unhook this because I want to bring it in a little bit, but I also want it to be kind of taller. I think that's fun, right? I don't know what's a good handle shape. Did I go right back to where we were? It's 1.5, almost 1.5 inches tall, right? Is that good? Is that weird? Should we stretch it a little more? Yeah, there we go. It's a little more round instead of oval. Was that what it looked like to begin with? Let me think. 1.2 inches tall. I'm trying to think if that's a good size. 2.5 inches, 1 at 3 inches. Okay, maybe a little more like that. That's cute. So it's 1.25 by almost 2.5. I mean, I could manipulate to 2.5 if we wanted to. I don't really care about that. What I'm going to do is offset this, and I want to do the offset on the inside if I can. Let's see if it's going to let me. Yep. I want the handle to be pretty good. Just to be cute. It's not really a handle. It just looks cute, right? Maybe a little bit deeper. Okay, so let's say apply. And I'm just going to highlight this while it's still together, and I'm going to do slice down here. And all I want is this piece to be thrown away and that piece to be thrown away. And I want to keep this piece, okay? And now we want, so that's the handle. We're going to attach this to a base piece, okay? So I'm going to go back to shapes, and I probably will just go with something like this. Is that rounded? Is that rounded? Okay. All right. And I want this 3 inches wide for sure. So let's go wide 3 inches and see what it looks like. It's 2 inches deep. That's a little bit too much. Remember I said we want maybe 1.5. So I'm going to undo the aspect here. And I'm going to say 1.5. Okay, so it's 3 by 1.5. I think that's good enough. We are going to, let me think if I need to copy this yet. Okay, no, I need to do an offset for this just so I have something cute. It doesn't have to be like that. It needs to be, oopsie, a smaller offset for the inside of it. And is that really tight? I mean, that looks good, right? Let's say apply. So I have this. So now I'm going to come over here and deal with this thing. I'm going to bring this over. We want to attach these two guys. So I am going to bring this up a little bit, all the way up till it kind of covers that that bottom part, because we just want the handle. And I'm going to highlight these two, and we are going to align them. Center, I always get mixed up with this because things like this mix me up. I don't know why, but center horizontally. I think, see how I moved it over? That's much better. And I think that's cute. Okay, so I'm going to highlight this again, and I'm going to combine them. So just weld it is fine. Okay, so now I have this one piece, right? But I don't want just the front of the topper. We need it to go to the back also, right? So we need two pieces that are mirrored. So I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to flip this one 180, and we are going to stick these guys together. So I'm just going to go over here, and I like to line things up to the very edge so that they touch, you know, so I know that this is completely at the edge. Maybe I'm going to make them touch a little bit more. So I'm not going to drag it with this. I'm going to use my arrow keys on my keyboard so that I know they're perfectly, I think I can touch a little more than that, right? Maybe a little bit more. Let's go one more, maybe a couple. Yeah, that's cute. Okay. So I'm going to highlight this, and we are just going to combine that. So again, weld that together. Now, if I wanted to, I could bring in a score line. So if you're new with Cricut Design Space and stuff, their score line is right here. Is that it? Let me see something. Yeah, that's your score line. I don't know why it looked like a cut. I figured it would have little score lines. But anyway, this is your score line, but we don't need it right now. I'm just going to delete that. But if you had it, you would just turn it sideways, make it smaller, and add it here, right? And then group everything and attach them. Because if you weld them, then it's just going to go away. So you need to attach at that point. So when you highlight like this, well, let me see. Let's pretend. So you have different things. You would say attach. Okay. All right. So now we have this piece, and what I wanted to do with this is like write something on it, or I was, cut something into it. Maybe make a little design that can go on it. That'd be kind of cute. Happy Halloween, trick or treat is always cute. Let me see. Oopsie. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's go here. Excuse me. And let's click on free, because I have lots of writing fonts, and I also want it to be writing. You can always change a cutting font to write, but it might look weird, so I'm just looking for ones that have to be written. This is an interesting writing font. How is that writing? Doesn't that look weird if you use it? How would it make all this cuteness? Unless it colors it in, I don't know. Of course we want something that looks like scary. Or this Merlot one actually looks kind of fun. Is that it? I guess that's it, because, let me look at this one. Or even this Little White Lies looks fun. It looks like Gothic. No, that's what I'm looking for. Trick. Oh my gosh. Or treat. We don't have a lot of space to write. So let me see what this looks like. Ooh, if I squeeze this down to fit on here, have to be even, well, I can also put it length like this way. I was thinking we have the wording, and of course this looks a lot smaller. It's 1 inch, so I mean that's not bad, but I would probably try to max it out, right, to fit in here. Let me see. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, okay. We can go a little bit bigger, huh? And then maybe. Okay, let's just leave it there for right now. That's actually pretty cute. I like the style of it. And then, should we cut something in here or find something cute? Let's go to images. I mean, they have all these cute things. Like this guy, you can add something like that. Just cut it small. It'd be a little ghost. Do they have a free pumpkin? It looks like this guy's free. Again, it has these little notches here so it can hold things, or maybe a gift card. I don't know what their intention was. That's cool. Again, whenever they have a little price, obviously you're going to pay for it. Even just this little, let me see what's up with this. What is going on here? Let me delete that. Again, delete that. This little cat. What if we have a little cat on there? Oh my gosh, and he can be like that? That is cute. No, I didn't even look at this, guys. Suppose this is free right now, so hopefully they keep it free, because otherwise, if not, when you get this file, if you like it, What you can do with this is just delete it. Like, just if that's not going to work for you because you have to pay for it, just delete it and add something else or bring something else in. This is so cute. Okay. Let me say that this is orange just to see how that would look, because I think that's what I want. I would have the little black cat, black handle over here, the wording in black. I mean, you can bring in more colors, right? If you want to make this like purple or something else, it's whatever you want, of course. That is so cute. Okay, let me get rid of this. And then this guy, I'm going to highlight this because we want to attach our words. And you can imagine that that's going to be there. And then this little cat. And you can put the cat wherever, right? It can hang off the edge or however. Look how cute. Oh my gosh. You guys. That is adorable. Now, we can also put something in the background of this little cat, like to make green for the eyes or something. You know, let me see how. Let's copy this. Now that would mean the nose is going to be also green, just so you know. But what I want to do is show you how you can do this and go to contour and say hide all contours. So all you're going to have is this black background piece. And let's say you wanted the cat to have green eyes. And I'm just going to pick a green. I would go brighter than that. But well, let's do advanced because I want it to look fun. No. What is this doing? No. I'll just drag it from here. Okay, like that. Okay. So then you can imagine, let me bring this to front, send to front, or bring to front. Now you have this. I mean, the little nose is green too if you don't, that doesn't bother you, you know. There you go. Isn't that cute? So now you have the two layers. Something to think about. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. Just make it simple, or what? I don't know. Okay, anyway. I'll leave this here in case you guys want it. How about that? Okay. So, one other thing. I guess I'll just... yay. So, hold on. I'm just going to highlight both of these. Hopefully it knows that. And we're going to group them, okay? So, right here. Just click group. So now those guys are together. Okay, like I said, I may or may not. Now that it's here, I mean, why not? I don't know. Okay, we have that piece. And then we can highlight all of this and then group it all together. I always do that at the very end because that way you have this project and it's, you know, as wide as we want it. But let's say you have something else that you want. So maybe you want to make it bigger or whatever. You can manipulate it now, okay? So let me just go back and leave it. Is that 3 inches? Okay. So there we go. It's all grouped, and again, when it's grouped together, if you want to manipulate the size, you can change it here just by pulling it, or you can change it up here, and it'll all change at the same time, right? Which is great. I think that's good for the wording. I don't think it needs to go any further. I think it's fine where it is. A little weird spacing here between the trick and the or, but that's fine. So I'm going to save it for you guys, and let's call it Treat Bag Topper Halloween Treat Bag Topper with free cuts. I'm going to save it. I have to add pictures to it for it to be public, so of course we're going to create this right now. Again, we're just going to go and make it. So when I click on make, I'm just going to say on mat, because that's what I have. I do have the card mat too, and I do have some of this stuff, but I don't care about that. Obviously, we're not using that right now. 4.5 by 6.5 sounds good. And that's it, guys. So I'm going to go turn the Cricut Joy on because basically when you plug it in, it just stays on. It never goes to sleep. So I got to go plug it in and we'll cut our little project. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I just plugged it in and it's doing that little noise. Going to get some black paper. There are only 4 mats. Yeah, and the 4th mat is for the little green, which again, I don't think I'm going to do. So I'm just going to do these first 3 things. Funny enough, the cat does not fit with this guy. Now, if I had said the mat is the 12-inch mat, it would cut at the same time, which maybe I should, huh? Maybe, let me see. Let's say cancel. Okay, I'm going to cancel again. And when I say make, I'm going to say on mat, and I'm going to say the 12-inch mat. That way it all cuts at the same time. See, now the cat's there, and we only have 3 mats. Okay, perfect. I'll be right back. Okay, so this guy is well loved Funny enough, I have basting spray right here, and sometimes people use that to get this stickier again. But just wash it with soap and water. Usually gets sticky. Hopefully it'll be okay for this project because I'm using a thick black paper, and sometimes it'll just want to pick up. But I need this to be at least 3.5 inches by 7, and this is like 8 inches long and 3.5 inches wide. So again, I'm just going to hope that it does not move. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of washi to help me, you know, keep that down. And hopefully this thing will find it. Let's say continue. Machine is not available. Oh, is that right? It's right here. So I'm telling you. So go to your Bluetooth and try to hook it up from there if that's not okay. So now I have that going. And try again. I'm gonna have to move this. I have some room here, guys. Because it does bring the whole thing in. It's still telling me it can't find it. Okay, I'm going to mess with this and keep saying try again until it finds it. I'll be back. Okay, that time, you know, 3rd time's a charm. It's so silly. Anyway, all right. Now it says connected, and then I click continue. And I know if I choose glitter card, no, lies. I don't need it to cut 3 times. I think when I click foil paper, what I'm talking about is like what your material is. Sorry, I'm already chose that, but let's see if we can change it. Yeah, I have some of these settings here because I know it'll cut it twice. Like acetate, it'll do it 2 times, and so maybe foil paper will do it too. I don't remember. I want it to cut twice because this is some thick stuff, but I really don't want it to go 3 times, like I said. Okay, so let's say foil paper, and for some reason it's acting silly on me now. Oh my goodness. I click the same thing and it's all, no, not gonna go since you clicked the same thing. And it's like, okay, but what does that matter? Okay. It should go now. Like it didn't update, you know, since I clicked the same material. But see, that's why you need all this space because it brings it all in. And this is also why you can't cheat and put in a smaller mat, even though it might work after you've chosen it. I don't know why. All right. And then you click go. So that's obviously interfacing with your computer and with this. So go is over there. And I'll be back. Not too much to this one. And again, if you do several of them, probably put on the bigger machine, right? If you have a bigger machine. Looks good. Okay. I chose what I chose when I said glitter paper. I only did it once, but it's cutting through, so I guess that's good. Maybe it cuts it with more pressure. I don't know. I mean, it's done. If you do the green mat with the little cat, you know, you can also just use this black paper for the nose and just pop the nose back in, I guess, if you want, or just put something different from, you know, the back side there. Oh, it didn't quite cut the cat, really. All right, I'm gonna have to kind of finish this off. I'm telling you, there's always something, guys. There's always something. I would definitely, when you're using heavy paper like this, run it twice, if not 3 times. If you're wondering what I'm doing to help myself finish this thing off is I'm just kind of seeing where it needs some help, and then I'll just, you know, clean it up. Kind of funny. It's kind of like those punch cards or whenever you have like die cuts that are still attached where they have like a kiss cut. So I'm just kind of bringing this forward because if it peels off, it'll peel off in the back than in the front, right? So that's all I'm trying to do. Again, choose an acetate setting. It'll cut twice. It'll do 2 passes. But for whatever reason, I didn't choose it. There you go. And clear that out. Oh, as I finish that up, the next thing is the orange accent. And so it does need for me to cut this guy here. Oh, to add this guy. What am I talking about? The pen first. So, okay, I'm completely destroy that packaging. Okay, open this up. Does this fit on top? Okay, it does. And then just add in your pen to where it just sits. You know, you're not trying to push it back, you know, past this. Just right in here. And close that up. And I didn't mess with the pen type. I wish I had a felt kind of pen. These are the gel kind of fine liner. They're not gel, but I don't think they are. Oh yeah, it is. Just gel pen on there. Anyway, so that's on there now. And of course it's going to do its thing. All the way back. All the way forward. Okay. And then just press go. Again, if you have the foil thing, make it a cut line so that this thing thinks it's going to be a cut, and then use that foil thing to score. You really have to watch it if you're going to do that. Also, that's the other thing, because it'll go to the next cut line. I just don't know how you isolate it, but people do all kinds of fun things on these little machines. We're in the design space, right? But anyway, okay, it's doing its lettering, and it's just a really quick one, so it's almost done. It's kind of funny how it skips around, because like it did some stuff up to the top and it came down, and then it does weird things here and there. Okay, so now, oh, that's it. I'm going to switch back to the blade, which I have not looked at recently. Look at that. I opened it up and there's some little stuff stuck in there, you know? So every once in a while, clean that out. It's actually washy. That's interesting. Okay. And then just click go, and it'll do the cut line, which this one's very simple, quick cut line. I'll be back. Okay, like I said, I'm not going to do the little green mat because I just won't, but it is set up to be the next thing to cut. So if you want to do the green mat layer, and look at this. Again, I had it on glitter paper, and this is some thick paper, and it did it in once, where the other one had a little trouble. Okay, well, I guess that's it. I was going to say, let me clean up, but there's not really much to clean up. I'll put this to the side here. Well, I guess I'll clean up a little bit. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so we have these pieces here. Now, you know, again, I'll just score it like this. Like, why not? Right? I mean, you can take the moment to make an actual score line, but that's what I would do. Also, I would stick this on here before I would do this part, because I'm going to staple it. And so that way it's kind of covered. But again, I'm going to staple it right now, which is kind of a bummer. Let me go see if I have any Halloween candy. I don't know that I have any yet, which is, oh, well, I have some Swedish fish and stuff like that, or something. Hopefully. My husband, he just eats those like it was his job. So I'll be right back. Let me see if we have any. Okay. Well, I put a couple Sour Patch packs in there. So let's put this on here. Again, you can glue, you can do double-sided tape. That would be good too, right? Because you can just come right apart. But maybe like down to here. Miranda's gonna be like, ooh. This will be for her. And I'm gonna staple it so that the little pokies come out this way. That way they are hidden. And this is also a very cheap stapler, and a lot of times it gives me trouble. But of course I said that, and look at it, it's perfect. If you want to puncture this bottom bag, go ahead. I'm just kind of aiming towards the top. That way, you know, if you're putting in Skittles or something like that, well, you will keep them a little more, what's the word? Fresh, without puncturing this bag, right? So there you go. Very cute. And then we have this little guy. Oh, I thought I had a little schmutz. I did grab some green paper, because if you're just like dying to cover the eyes, you can also just put some paper behind there. So I figured I would do that. Let's see, maybe a little bit bigger than that. It's pretty wide, the eyes. And it's not the biggest area either, so. And then the nose is going to be orange, but that doesn't bother me. That's so cute. You know, maybe Cricut's responding to people are like, why do I, you know, you have to keep paying for everything. Have some cut files that are cute, that are free. I mean, that makes us all a little bit happy. Look at that. Oh my gosh, you guys. Yay. Okay. And then he can be, I mean, it can be hanging out over the edge, right? To be cute. So that's what I'll do. Almost this will be touching here. Hopefully the tutorial didn't take that long, guys. I figured, oh, this will be a quick one. Thought it was, but you never know. Also, you know, you can do whatever you want with my file. You can manipulate this if you want this maybe further over, because I am going to put this guy a little bit further out just to be, like I said, kind of cute. He's on this little ledge here. Put him out that way. What I need to do is bring it down. There we go. Because, you know, if half his body's showing, it looks like something happened. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to make it so that it's right on the edge, so it looks like he's coming out of somewhere. So if that piece was kind of up the way it was, it doesn't look quite right. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I could definitely move this lettering over. You can even stretch the lettering if you wanted to. You manipulate it so that you stretch that text box to be, well, I don't know why I put glue on that. Some of it's touching, but not all of it. Okay. And that way it covers the staples. But do whatever you want. And then in the back, the staples are nice and neat with the pokey part under here. Yes, this is going to get destroyed, but honestly, this took like scraps of paper. You can finish up all kinds of scraps of paper, and I'm not at all sad that they would have to fall apart. But or rip apart. Let me hold this for a minute, and we'll check it out. Okay, guys, and there was our cute little treat bag. I mean, it's actually really sturdy, so I mean, there you go. It does its job, and you can actually hold it from there if you wanted. All right, well, that's that for today. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Again, you can just change the thing. It doesn't have to be on the Cricut Joy. I just did that because it's easy, and I don't have to move things around to cut. To cut with my larger machine that's right here. I have some things in front of it right now. So thanks for watching, guys. I will have images for you. I'll have links, as available as appropriate in the description box, possibly embedded in the video. And I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.